What's up, guys? It's your boy, Parrish Oglesby with Uncut Gems. Here we go again, guys. Hope you're ready for this ride. This is a little different. This is a little unique. I hate when my suit hunch up in the back like that. Sending this doggone chair. I got to get me a better chair for my studio. Note to self. I heard this from Tony Robbins. If you guys don't know who Tony Robbins is, look him up. He's a guru, been doing this thing for about 30 years. I started reading his books when I was in my 20s. I still read some of his books now. I'm reading one of his books at the current moment. And I heard him say something that I thought was extremely important. And he said there was two types of pain. Pain of regret and pain of discipline. Discipline weighs an ounce. Regret weighs a ton. Wow. So I want to unpack this, and of course this is a men's channel where we have ordinary men doing extraordinary things. And so with that, let's go with the regret. Two types of pain. Now, have you ever been in the gym? Let's go with the good one first, the discipline. Have you ever been in the gym and somebody's spotting you and you got some real weight on and your hands are shaking and you're disciplined enough to go consistently to the gym and get that weight up, and the soreness sometimes that you go through, and what about the trepidation that you feel or the anxiety that you feel when you know you got to go to the gym today and do it all over again? Let me tell you something. One of the things I have a love for, a passion for, is running. But man, when I was running at my best in my 40s, when I was in my 40s, I got to the point where I was running 5 miles a day, every day. And man, it felt good. It really felt good. But man, I used to have some anxiety because I knew what it took to push my body. It's funny, the first two, maybe that third mile, you feel like, okay, I got this, right? Whereas, man, after that third mile though, that second mile, you're like, I don't know. Your mind start telling you, you know what, you can do three. Three just as good. Three just as good. And you still have some time. Shit, two more miles, it's gonna add additional 20, 30 minutes to your time. That's 20, 30 minutes you can be going to the crib. You can go to the house, you can go get in a tub, get you some, something to eat, something to drink, and you can relax and da. There's a lot of that, right? When I look at that, when I read that, two types of pain of regret and the pain of discipline. There's some pain that goes into exercising and taking care of your body. It's some pain giving up eating once you've eaten smoked chicken or grilled chicken about 30 days. There's some pain involved. Oh my God. Or some salmon. If you had salmon to the point where you're like, if I eat one more broccoli, one more piece of broccoli, one more, and you get to the thing where you know it's good for you, but you've had enough. And you hit a wall when it comes to it. There's something about it. It's a certain amount of pain that goes into, when you see these fine women that be at the gym all the time, man, let me tell you something. The pain of discipline to get them bodies looking that good. These guys out here with these 8-packs and 20-packs, let me tell you something. The stuff that they eat, look at that stuff they eat. Egg whites? Let me tell you something. This is one of my pet peeves, egg whites. It's like you took the best part of the egg. You gonna mess up the egg? Really? But when this is, summertime is coming, and I'm hoping that your boy ready, because Let me tell you something. It pops up on you, and you see these dudes, and they look good, and they linen. You see dudes tucking in their shirt, and you got to have yours fluffed out. I don't care, but I care, but that's my thing. I waver from, I don't get it. You know what? And then I'll be like, man, I'm looking good, but I can look so much better. There's some pain to that discipline. It really is. Or when I detox, man, let me tell you something. There's nothing like detoxing and you're just juicing and drinking water and you see that. Now, I don't even like Pizza Hut pizza. And a Pizza Hut pizza commercial come on. Oh my God. It is something else. It's pain in that. The pain of denying yourself. You see, Phoebe? The pain of denying yourself what it is so that you think is going to be better than these juices that are so delicious. They're delicious. Check them out at my new restaurant coming up this fall. They're delicious, but yet there's nothing like a Pizza Hut pan pizza. And the crazy part about it, when I'm not juicing, I never eat Pizza Hut pan pizzas. I never go to Wendy's. I never go to Burger King for no burger. I never go to these places. But when I am juicing or when I'm eating the salmon or the grilled chicken, oh my God. So there's pain involved with that discipline. The discipline to go get up every day, pack your stuff, put in, go to work if you're not working out in the morning time. Go to work all day long, put in a good 8, 9, 10 hours, and then go straight to the park or go straight to the gym, get on the treadmill, and put in them laps and miles. And you had that trepidation, that anxiety. Oh, I don't want to do it. But you got to do it because you're fighting against yourself, right? Now, the other pain, that good pain, now the terrible pain, the pain of regret. When you regret you didn't do it. When you regret you've been eating crumble cookie. You've been eating crumble cookie for the last, you've been cheating. Your business partner come to town and you get a whole box and y'all just eating crumble cookies. Then they leave and you still got about 4 more to go. And you're like, I'm gonna eat one every day. And then your suit, you can't button it up. All that's superficial. Let's go a little bit further. Let's go a little bit deeper, then I'm gonna close this thing out. Being disciplined, young men out here. I just had a young dude. He has got out there and been intimate with a young lady. He's a young man. And I know that feeling. Man, that discipline to protect yourself or not do it at all is out there. That you got to be disciplined to protect yourself, because that one moment of passion will be a lifetime of regret. Let me read the Uncut Gem again. There's 2 types of pain: pain of regret and the pain of discipline. Discipline weighs an ounce. Regret weighs a ton. Oh, you have that discipline and you don't do it, or that little bad decision. I see young men all the time going to prison for the rest of their lives because they didn't have the discipline to walk away. The commercial, there's a commercial here in Tennessee. Use your head, don't lose your head, man. Man, that is a funny video to me, because that's what we're going to resort to. That's what we got to resort to, unfortunately. I think it's pretty effective to a certain degree. Some people just ain't going to listen. But that one situation where you're like, I lost my head. That it's a second when you lose your head. Let me tell you something. I've lost my head a few times. Not to the degree where I would, but I have lost my head before. Not with no gun or anything like that, but that moment where I'm pissed or angry or whatever, and I go there. Thank God I didn't go too far, because that one small thing of anger will create a lifetime of regret. You take someone's life, or you hurt someone, or you hurt yourself. Man, men out here, these young men out here, grown men, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. Ladies, if you're not paying attention to this, men are suffering. Some men, not all, a lot of men are suffering in silence. Or they're quiet about it. They just suck it up, swallow it, and get back to doing what they do. But man, that's why I don't mess with nobody. You don't know how a person's day is going. You don't know what you're doing. I remember this young dude was messing with me. The young dude, he was pointing his play gun at me. He was standing outside. I had my kids in the car, and I had my pistol in the car. And I was saying to myself, he was pointing at me, and I could see him in the rearview mirror. You know, I'm saying to myself, oof, you don't even know who you dealing with, son. You don't know the danger that you're in. You know, when young guys mess with these old heads, or these old heads mess with these young guys. I'm not trying to wrestle with these young, vibrant, don't care. I ain't trying to do none of that, man. What I'm trying to do is be as smooth and as, I'm moving quietly, and I'm not moving quietly, but trying to move persistently, pristine, meticulous about my movement. That's what I'm trying to do. I don't know, but I know about regret. Making that decision that bring the wrong person into your life will give you a ton of regret. Having children by the wrong person and not doing it the right way will give you a ton of regret. Getting angry and losing your head will make you have a ton of regret. All these different things. Let me read it one more time. There's two types of pain: pain of regret and the pain of discipline. Discipline weighs an ounce. Regret weighs a ton. Tony Robbins, man, he know how to coin a phrase, right? Hey, man, just something to get you to think about, young men out here. Think about that little young lady that you're messing with. You're 16, 17 years old. She's 16, 17 years old, and you think you in love. Man, if you're 16, 17 years old, you have the ability to live another 50 years. 50. 50 years. Do you want to be dealing with that little 16, 17-year-old girl and a child for the next 50? Because the first 18 is going to be something else on you, boy. Ooh. So be careful out here, because there are two types of pain, gentlemen. The pain of regret and the pain of discipline. Discipline weighs an ounce. Regret weighs a ton. When you're out here angry, or you trying to be tough, or you feel like somebody disrespecting you, man, you'll be all right. Let it go. Let it go. Because that moment that you're in a bad situation and you're trying to prove something, next thing you know, you explain it to somebody. Well, he disrespected me. That little bitty thing cost you tons of regret. There's so many. I wish we could do a documentary where we can interview a lot of those men. Some of them, they need to be there. A lot of them, really, majority of them need to be there. But for the men who would like to talk to their younger self, that self when they made that decision, I'm gonna reference one more movie, and I've referenced this movie, and I love this movie, Shawshank Redemption. I'm gonna say it 1,000 times. When Morgan Freeman's character Red was at the parole board the last time before they let him go, and he was talking about, he talked about how he wished he could talk to that young man himself. When he did that ugly thing that cost him his life, put him in a prison for 30, 40 years. I wish we could do a documentary going to the cell of a lot of these old timers who spent their entire life in prison, and say, let's get in a time machine. My favorite time machine, right? Let's get in a time machine and let's talk to that kid that did that ugly thing. We just had a couple of people here in Memphis, young, 18, 19, 20 years old. Those people who killed young Dolph, may he rest in peace. Those were kids. Man, you gotta miss all of this. You know, I talked to my therapist. My therapist is an older woman, older than me. And I asked her a question, is it worth it? And she said, of course it is. All this wonderful stuff, you're gonna have bad stuff that's gonna happen. I know I have. I've had enough. But man, the good part, it's worth being here. It's worth experiencing. It's worth it. It's worth the travel. It's worth the 80 years on this earth. I don't care how bad it is on this earth, man. If you got the power of prayer and believing in God can get you past that, man, and there's so much good life to be lived going forward. Oh, so man, you guys out here, you young kids, you young cats, 20, 30 years old, hey, two types of pain of regret and the pain of discipline. Discipline weighs an ounce. Regret weighs a ton. Hey man, I'm gonna leave you with that. It's your boy, Parrish Oglesby, with Uncut Gems. Stick with me, guys. We're going on the ride. Peace.